good evening, everyone. My name is Ashish Silwal, and more commonly, I'm known as Silwal these days. Uh, Happy Women's Day to everyone present here. And today, I'm here to share my story of how one woman has changed my life. This is very personal, so I might cry in the middle. And if I cry, please cheer me up. So, let me just start off with the beginning. When I was 5 years old, I used to call my mom Pyamamu. Now, Pyamamu is short for Pyaro Mamu. And I said that when I was young, but right now, today, 15, 20 years later, I don't say I love you to my mom. It's very difficult for guys to say I love you to my mom. I don't know why. But I'm reminded of this fact every day when my mom says, when you were young, you used to say all these loving things to me, and used to hold my hands and used to always play with me, but today you are not loving enough and you don't have time for me. When I was young, I had only one friend. Being the single child of my parents, my mom was my only friend. And I wanted to play Scrabbles, Ludo, chess, whatever I could find at home to play with her, but she was running a school. She was the founder and principal of this school, and throughout the day she was busy, in the school looking after all these other children, which made me envy her a lot. At the mornings and the afternoon, and the mornings and the evenings, she used to be the perfect homemaker where we were living as a joint family. So she was taking care of everyone else, and she was doing all the dishes, cooking, and I always found my friend to be very busy. And somehow I found time with her, and somehow she found time for me. 15, 20 years later, I don't have time for her. My world is an oyster, which I think it's very true, and I've made a lot of friends. So I don't have time for my one friend. I need to spend a lot of my time with everyone else. And today she talks about how she needs friends, and I was her friend, but I am not her friend anymore. When I was young, I wanted to go out with her more than my dad. My dad was this person who had a goal in mind. If we were going to buy clothes that day, we used to get out of the house and we used to actually get some clothes for us. Going out with my mom was more fun because even though we had lunch and our tummies were full, the moment we went out of the house, I wanted ice cream, and she used to get me ice cream. I used to crave for momos and pizzas, and we used to eat momos and pizzas. We ended up coming back with nothing but even more fuller stomachs. Today, I don't want to go out with her. I don't want to go shopping with her because it's the same thing again and again, looking after saris that seem the same to me, and my time is very precious. I cannot spend my time looking at the amounts of clothes that she needs to look at before she purchases one. And for me, I have much more important things to do. When I was young, my mom always forced me to have all these tuition teachers. Because she was running a school, practically all the teachers at the school were my tuition teachers. After 3:30, I used to have maths tutor coming in, an English tutor coming in, an arts teacher coming in, even a piano teacher coming in. Today, I've forgotten how to play the piano. I don't do art. I left mathematics after my grade 12, but I'm still speaking. And that's because of her, because she always wanted me to do something more with my life, and she wanted my base of education to be better. Now, when I was young, or when I was 18, I was arguing with her, while when she was 18, she was getting married. She was getting married to my father. I argue with her a lot, and throughout the years, our differences have increased. Because I don't spend the same amount of time with her, I don't give her the same amount of love that she craves for, we fight a lot. We constantly have arguments over what time I'm coming home, what am I eating, why am I coming home at 1 or 2 p.m., 2 a.m. at night. And she always is the person waiting for me in the balcony, and she waits for me every day. When I was young, I needed her. because she was the only friend that I had. Now, she was my friend, my confidant, everything that was there when I was young. It's because of her. And today, she needs time from me, and she needs me. The irony is, I've grown older and I've learned to experience the world, and because this world is so big, I need to go out and I need to explore. Now, looking back, I realized a few things. The fact that we had this argument over she needed to go out with her friends and I needed to go out with my friends, the argument never stopped. But she said, "You're my only friend." I didn't get that. Looking back, I can actually realize that when she was 18, she got married. By 21, she was starting a school, so she did not really have friends. She was running this joint family that we had a couple of years ago, and she was the eldest daughter-in-law at my house. And she always had to look after the school and take care of these two clumsy men along with all the other family members. Now, she has been the rock of our family, and I've never actually believed that or realized that. And there was a point in time in life, just a year ago, when one day she came to us. My dad and I were watching TV. She was out late night. She was having fun, I guess, because she never goes out. Her timetables are really messed up because of her school and her family priorities of cleaning and washing and everything. She came up to us and said, "I might have cancer." And at that time, I did not know how to react to that, because she was laughing, she was jolly, she was making it as a joke by saying, the doctors might be, trying to pull one over us and want to take money from us, and you need not to worry about it. The months that led to her operation, she had a tumor in her ovaries, and we needed to get that out. Now, for this person who was always responsible for looking after me, cleaning my room, washing the dishes, washing my clothes and everything, even though I said to her one day that I was a grown-up and that I am an adult now, she was still looking after those things. And suddenly when that happened, the world kind of turned upside down for me. The moment she had the scare, my dad and my mom went to India to check her up. When she was in India, the doctor said, "You need to operate as soon as possible." My mom was like, "I don't want to operate in India, because if I'm doing the operation in India, you guys will be here, and I don't know who will take care of you guys when you're in India." The fact that she was more concerned about us rather than her, her health, that was something. And she came back and she said, "I want to do my operation in Nepal itself, because there are relatives who will take care of you if I'm not there." Now, here's a backstory to it. My mom is not just running a school and she's taking care of the family, as almost all moms do. My dad works outside, and whenever we talk, my mom said, "I will be the rock of the family. You guys go out and get a name for yourselves." And that's what she said. "Let the financial pressures be on my head while you guys go out and explore the world, because I want you to get some name. When Ashish Silwal goes out, I want Ashish Silwal to have his name, not his father's name or his mother's name." And we were going through some troubles, financial troubles, and in that time, we didn't have a home. We were renting this space. Our joint family had become nuclear in some ways, and we didn't have a home. My father was like, "We need to send the son that I am for his further education." And at that moment, my mom was like, "Don't worry about the financial pressures. I will find somehow, some ways to get money for us, and I will make sure that we have a home." And today, 4 years down the line, we actually have a house that we can call home because of her. She never let the pressures of finances ever burden us or burden my dad or I. And when she had the scare, when we were sure that she had a tumor in her uterus, we made sure that she needed to be taken care of. When she was ready to go to the hospital, she gave me her bank account. She transferred some of the monies to me and said, "You need to take care of some of these things." look after the school, look after your dad, and make sure that everything is all right, because I'm going to be fine. Don't worry about it. Now, here's a funny story. My mom's operation was the next day, and we went to the hospital at around 9 p.m. late at night. When we went to the hospital, the person at the reception said, "You will have to pay for the room that you're taking right now, because today will be counted as a full day, so you'll have to pay around 7 to 8,000 rupees." My mom, being mom, was like, "No way." She's very smart, by the way. So she was like, "Why don't we stay out till 12, and when we can go in and check in at 12, it'll be a new day and we won't have to pay for it." So that night, the night before our operation, we actually stayed out at the hospital lobby till 12 a.m. at night, and we got the room. The next morning, at around 6, I was with her in the hospital, and she was like, "My legs are paining, can you massage my legs?" And I am not the kind of person who massages legs of anyone, let alone my mom. And I have a very strong notion about massaging legs of other people. My mom, for the last 5-6 years, has always complained about her legs and her arms, and I never understood that. Whenever someone was at our home, a helper to wash the dishes, she used to make them, massage the legs. Now, being idealistic as I am, I said, "I'm an educated person. You cannot let anyone massage your legs. That's inhuman. That's slavery." The morning of her operation, she went to the operation at around 6. The operation took around 4 hours, and by the end, a doctor and a nurse came out, and they had a big tray. Now, in that big tray was chunks of tumor, and the doctor said the tumor was around 4-month-old baby size, so it was quite big. When I saw that, I finally realized a few things: how she had stayed calm, and how she had persevered and persisted not to show her pain to my family, because she thought we could not be able to handle this. That's why I tell her she's the rock of my family. Now, the moment after that, there was this big realization of how my mom was always that base, and I had practically, purposefully neglected the things that she was doing, because everything that I felt mundane, that was my mom handling all those things. And the doctor said, "We need to take care of her. At least 6 months of bed rest is required, and for the next 7 days, we'll put your mom in the hospital." The next 7 days, I was with her, and for the first time, probably, I was massaging her legs, because finally I had understood how much of pain she was going through. 7 days later, we came back home, and my mom was like, "You need to take care of the school." I had just finished my bachelor's, so I was supposed to take care of the school. I am still not ready to take care of a school. I'm still young, that's what I felt. But I was trying to manage through school and trying to help out in the family as much as I could. 15 days later, I fell sick. I got jaundice. This woman who was supposed to be in bed rest for the next 6 months, she woke up, because she does not want to give pressure to my dad. She woke up and she started working tirelessly again to look after me. That's moms, I guess. They take care of you regardless of how they are. So my story is about how moms are overlooked oftentimes by us 24-year-olds who are busy trying to figure out or carve out our life, and we forget, perhaps purposefully, about the important things that they've been doing. The fact that she made me go to English tuitions is a constant reminder that I would not be running a podcast or doing writing or speaking workshops, or I would not actually be here today speaking as I am speaking right now without her hard work and her persistence, because she always told how I needed to study and I need to get myself a better education like she never did. So this story is to all the mothers out there who've been an important part of our lives, but being us, youthful, crazy people, we forget them. And today this story is all about worshiping our mothers, and that's how I'd like to end it. Thank you, guys.